Hello friends, it's Barbara Sue at Kowalski Mountain and I am here with Philip and he is getting ready to pull some honey frames from the beehives.
So I've already pulled my honey supers off that were full. I left them on a couple extra weeks after the flow. I need to start downsizing my boxes and the numbers so that I can get ready to start treating for mites come closer to July before we hit the dearth or while we're in the dearth. Obviously, they didn't finish capping. One side they did pretty good, the other side they didn't. After the flow, they're not going to cap it off anymore. They just start consuming a lot of the resources. So what I'm going to do is start transitioning all the good frames out, put them in a cooler so that I can put them in a freezer until I'm ready to spin them out. And then I'll leave a bare box on here just to let them consume the resources, give them space because it is extremely hot right now. And I really don't want them to swarm, so I don't want to knock them down where it's so tight in there that they decide they can find someplace better. And then right before the treatment, I'll go ahead and yank that box off, inspect it, and make sure that I don't need to do a split at that time, which this time of year, extremely difficult to put a queen in because the birds, dragonflies, and everything else are all against them. So I'd have to purchase a queen, do the split, manage the colony size-wise, and basically observe them and see what they do. Right now I'm killing whatever beetles I come across. I always keep my tool handy. So in yanking these, I don't really care to use the brush. There's not too many on them. I could actually shake them off and that'll suffice. Blow them off real good, throw them in the cooler real quick and not catch any bees. Yes, they do get stirred up a little bit. They're all off. Wave around a little bit. Get over here, get it in the cooler. Fan it out, make sure I got no bees in there. I might have a couple stragglers in the cooler later. I'll get them out. So the best part is they start to draw the comb out, which makes it all the easier when the flow picks up again. They'll pick up from there and drive on. Meantime, while I'm in here, I try to do the maintenance on the frames so I don't have to go back and do them later. Get all this propolis off. One thing I'm going to try with one of the hives, I'm a little out of breath, so it's too freaking hot. Is I am going to try to do in a 10 frame box, run 9 frames, which makes them draw the honey out even further. Not giving them too much space, but I'm going to space them out. Maybe that'll make them work a little bit easier. And keep up ventilation as well. So, on my side you can see the glistening honey. But on this side they've capped it mostly. So I'm going to yank it. Also, if I see frames that are like this that might need to be re-waxed, it's my time to take the frame off, repair it, make adjustments, and then when I go to put them back on, they're ready to go. So right now, yeah, I mean it only has a little bit uncapped. Take them off, let them die down, stick them in the cooler. I am going to come up with a Rubbermaid container. I saw a really neat idea and I'm going to have to backtrack and find out who it is to give them credit for it. But they took a Rubbermaid container and they put metal brackets inside to exactly fit these, and then that's easier to transport them. I'm only using a cooler because that's the right size. Gets them away from me, seal them up, and I can put them away. Whew, extremely hot. Again, pretty decent. The initial shake. guess one of the main things to think about when you're used to buying stuff in a store, my wife says, your food has a face. Well, that goes to the animal side of it, but everything has to start from somewhere, and you don't really think about how much hard work goes into just giving you that simple little pleasure. Whether it's honey, pork chop on the table, everything starts from somewhere, and when you actually start to do this like we are in the homestead, to be self-sufficient, it really gives you a whole new perspective and respect for the way things are done, and a more appreciation that you grew this, you started it, and consumed it. So from start to finish, it really gives you that bigger appreciation of the overall picture. Whew, it's getting hot. Oh, the other phrase my wife likes to use is, how does that go about the butcher? Kiss your butcher?
Appreciate what he does.
Hey, with all I do on the farm, I can get plenty of kisses.
Just as a reference, it's 90 degrees today with 102 heat index, and that's at 10:30 in the morning.
So now, I already know the bee's doing her job, the queen. I really like to take a look inside here and see what all is going on. And they are jammed up.
So he just removed the queen excluder, keeps the queen in the bottom part of the hive. She's larger than the other bees, so she's not able to pass through it.
That looks really good in there. So when getting into your hives, you really need to have an agenda. Figure out what your goal is. Get in, check it out, get out. Get in them once every 10 days. When it's, see now like this here, I have black foundation so that I can see my brood a little easier. This is a brood box, but they haven't drawn it out. I have re-waxed it, but they really haven't worked on it much. Now's their chance to go ahead and work on it more, because I'm taking some of the upper space away. But figure out what you're going to get in that hive to look for. Get in, check it out. Once you've figured it out and found it, then come on out. That actually was part of our original honey super, and you can see how thick it is, how much they've drawn that out. So I'm not worried about them having resources. Looking for the queen while I'm doing my inspection. I'm about to hit the next frame full of capped brood. If I don't find the queen, next best thing is to find day to 3 day old eggs. Then I know at least she was there within the last 3 days. Capped brood on that side, fully capped brood on this side. I'm really doing a good check to make sure I don't miss the queen. And I always keep a clip in my pocket, so I'm not scrambling for it, which sometimes happens anyway. Lots of capped brood. They're going to blow the doors off this hive too. Pretty gentle, even though you see a lot of activity. More capped brood. You also shouldn't see a whole lot of drones, if any, right now anyway, because they're not worried about mating. They pretty much kick them out of the hive so you're not consuming the resources, and away you go. The queen will make more when it comes time. Again in the fall, but again it's a tricky time to get mated there too. Very difficult. No joke when they say you can't do wrong coming into the spring, but come the fall or summer, you can't do anything right, seems like. But we got a little tiny queen cup right here. When I see them, little play cups, they practice those. That'd be a swarm cell on the bottom if they wanted to develop it. I get it away so that it doesn't give them any more ideas. I knock them off. I want to minimize chances of swarming. But as hot as it is, I sure wish I could go down to nothing but a veil. Lots of cat brood. Alright, and I wear what you can't really see. These little jeweler goggles, jeweler glasses. It allows my vision to be a lot better than what it really is. See down in the cell to see if there's any queen or any eggs or any larvae, what stage they're actually in. Definitely recommend these. And they also have a light on them, which I haven't used. Sometimes you don't always have the sun in your favor. I think my agenda right now is to nurse these up to the point where I can take a couple nook boxes, prepare those 5-frame nooks for the winter, overwinter those, and sell them come early spring. Leaving myself plenty of room for the new hive to come on up for the honey flow of the spring, and make a little bit of money back from this very expensive hobby. But I guess, just like anything, work. You enjoy what you do, you'll never work a day in your life. You're going to get something back. Aha! So here we go. The queen is just here. If she's not right over on the other frame, these are all filled with eggs. And on the flip side, I have more empty cells, some cat brood. So she's laying her little heart off. Now this is a brand new queen come this year. All of my hives, I had 14 of them. They superseded the queens, started out fresh, had a couple hiccups, went ahead and got some queens, tried to introduce those. One succeeded, one did not. I ended up taking some frames, tried to do a walk-away split. Let them create their own queen. They produced over a half dozen cells. One prevailed. She was successful in getting mated, and now she's doing jam up on the far left, which is why she's so much smaller than the rest. So thankfully I've had the opportunity to help out others that are wanting to do this wonderful hobby, and they've taken some of the pressure off of me and wanted some of my bees. So now, my game plan is going to be put these back on, even up my frames. They're getting a little rowdy. I'm going to smoke them up again, calm them down. I'm going to put my beetle trap in. I always tend to forget it, but don't say it. Alright, beetle trap's in. Queen excluder is going back on. So if you saw what I did earlier, I literally took the queen excluder off, set it down on top of this box. I did look on the bottom for the queen real brief, did not see her. In any event, she snuck out. Sometimes I've found her, she'll come out. She'll be right there on the side of the box. If she did get in there, I'm going back through these frames right now, one for one, and then I'm going to put them back on top. And this box here really tears up a lot during the evening and at night. So let me look at what I got. I've got some honey in that one. Not bad. Let me set it over there. This one, very little honey. Not a bad one. They could work on that, but I'm going to leave a gap because I might take that first one back out. This one's got a lot of honey in it, so I'm going to keep it separate. I'm going to backfill with the ones I know are going to stay. I do need to take out at least 2 of these frames. So that one's going to go there. Sometimes make a note. This is the way I do things. Try to study as much as I can and take a little bit from here, a little bit from there. And they always say put the frames back in the same order that you take them out. Well, sometimes I do a little manipulation because I want them to build up one side more than the other. I might flip the frame around. I might change up the order. Because sometimes if you have one frame that's totally built out and this one's brand new, they'll keep going on the one, makes an indent, and then this one doesn't get developed at all. Alright, so another partially developed. This one's got quite a bit of wax. Very little honey. This is a really good candidate to put back on the honey super. They won't waste any time with this later on. So I am going to set this outside with the intent to put it away for later. Same thing with this one. Wax foundation, which this was filled in all down the bottom. If you see, it looks like they've taken the wax off and utilized it somewhere. Maybe to finish drawing it out. So right now, this one and that one will stay behind. This one's got quite a bit of honey on my side and on that side. I'll let them have that, let them use it. They are not going to finish tapping it out. Nice start. About 80% drawn out. This side they've started it. Questionable. I'll leave it in the middle. Sometimes it changes just based off of what you see. You got to change directions. This one they got a little bit of capped and then not so much. Wouldn't hurt, but let me hold off. Well, we have to go down and check those. Need not go any further. These eggs in here. Eggs, 3-4 day old larvae. So not completely out on trying to get clean mated, but we just haven't picked out the one. This one here has got a lot of catbirds coming out now. Now this colony, I wouldn't mind working without my suit. There's Queen. There she is. Takes a lot of focus. I really love to check the bottom boxes. Man, she's all the way up in here. We got 2 deep boxes and this. Again, I always keep the queen cage available. Now she's set off on the side. Now I don't have to worry about killing her. Alright, so now I'm really in this position where I need to see what's going on down below. What we've got here is a lot of resources from the fall yet consumed. This honey is from the fall. I need to dive down into the bottom box. Take this off. Every one of these got eggs in them.
Is this a hatching right here?
Yep.
My frame, I can't see beetle on.
I know, and I can't really move. take a while.
Yeah, it does. Oh, here it comes, here it comes. New baby bee.
All white and fuzzy. Initial clean off.
Stretching.
And this one just hatched too. Look how fuzzy it is. Okay. A little more space. Wow, that's heavy. Look at that, all capped honey. Heavy, heavy.
This honey belongs to the bees. Not fresh. Well, friends, thank you for watching today in celebration of June, which is National Pollinators Month. We thank you for watching our videos here at Kowalski Mountain. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, please hit that subscribe button and help our channel grow. Thank you so much for watching, and I've been stung twice today. That's twice enough for me. You guys have a great Saturday.